Hey everyone, I'm Jake.
And I'm Natalie.
As of January 6th, we're engaged.
Woo.
And we're going to tell you about our love story.
So Jake and I have been together for almost 4 years now. March 6, 2020 was our, anniversary date. So we met at Martin High School in Arlington, Texas. We were both in the marching band. I was in the color guard and Jake was in the drum line. So we didn't really have to associate with each other, but we kind of knew of each other.
We actually didn't meet until she was a senior and I was a junior. She came up to me with a sticky note basically saying that I was cute and that she was interested in me. At the time, I had known that just from my friends that there was something there, that she was interested. It was just a really cool, bold move of her to give me that sticky note, and I still have it actually to this day. It's actually right here.
We became official the Friday right before we got off for spring break, and that's when COVID kind of shut down our world, and we had to adapt and, figure out our relationship through COVID, and it was a fun experience, but definitely really, really crazy.
Yeah, I think it's really significant how I asked her to be my girlfriend the very last day that either of us ever went back to school. Her rest of her senior year was all online, and then my next senior year was all online because we never went back. And the funny thing with that is I'd been planning to ask her to be my girlfriend for a whole week before, but every day I chickened out until the Friday before spring break. And I'm very blessed and lucky that I did. I think it was late fall of 2020 where Natalie got COVID, and just for her situation, she wasn't able to go back home. Her only option was to come with our family and stay for 2 weeks. I think we got to know each other very well just from those 2 weeks of just doing fun stuff, hanging out, watching movies. Yeah.
When I realized that Jake and I were meant for each other was probably in college, my first year at Dallas Baptist University. I really honestly was not there that first year. I was working at Chick-fil-A and I was hanging out with Jake. That was my freshman year of college. Some dump into one. I just didn't want to be away from him, and we had to work really, really hard for our relationship and keeping up with each other and going out on dates that first year, and it was really, really fun.
That June, after we became boyfriend-girlfriend, we were both looking for a job. Natalie suggested that we apply for our local Chick-fil-A. We both went in on an open interview. We actually both got hired on the spot. We are still there today, almost over 3 years later. We've been promoted since. We're both team leads there, one of the manager positions. Through all of our different seasons and different schedules, when she was at DBU, I was at community college, work was a way for us to see each other and hang out outside of what we normally could have done, so we got a lot more face-to-face time through that job.
We've been through so much together, both of our graduations, both of our orientations into Dallas Baptist University. I'm going to go through college graduation in May, and Jake the following year, so we'll go through that together as well. And so it's really felt like we've grown up together, even though we've met when we were both 16. It was still so fun to experience life with Jake and go through all these stages. Jake and I knew very early on that we wanted to commit to each other and be lifelong partners, and so we were just kind of working our way to marriage, and we knew that that was the end goal for both of us. Now we're engaged, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
The engagement was very recent. It was January 6th. I am very, very thankful for how it all came together. I asked for Natalie's parents' permission. They gave the best response that I could have hoped for.
They love you. He's basically a part of the family already.
Soon after, I reached out to Natalie's friends to begin planning the engagement. They were very helpful in the process of helping me pick a spot to do it at and start to coordinate the party that we were going to have at my parents' house right after.
I'm so proud of Jake, for planning a whole engagement. You only get to do it once, and it was so beautiful. The party was perfect. We just felt so loved and so helped that day, and we're just so blessed and excited for our wedding.
One of the big things that I'm excited for is how we're going to move through the different stages of life together so early on. She's about to graduate college. I still have another year or so left. I'm just so excited for that time of transitioning to living with her off campus. Although we don't know what our future will look like exactly, it's so reassuring to know that I'll have her as a rock just going forward. I'm just very, very excited to spend every aspect of my life with her.
And we found each other so early on, and we grew up together, and now we're gonna grow old together. And I think that's something that's so exciting to think about, and going through all these stages of life. And so I'm just so excited to grow old with Jake and start our family as well.
So this free wedding would be such a blessing for me and Natalie, because we are young and we don't have a lot of money in savings to pay for a wedding, and neither do our parents.
We're straight out of college, or we're
Still
in college,
yeah.
and we're working like a little part-time job that will pay for our gas and our groceries.
It would just be so great to have the wedding covered and in the season that we want. If it were up to me, I'd get married in the next month if I could.
Yeah. And with the free wedding, we would just be so excited to work with all these vendors that are being provided. We would just love to work with them, and we would be so blessed to have them, on our team.
Lastly, we just want to say thank you to all these vendors and companies and individuals coming together to provide this opportunity. Thank you for considering us.